Hi, I'm Tyler, and welcome to another episode of my Christian Music Week reviews. Each week I take 5 releases, out EPs or singles, and after I've listened to them all week, I come back here and I review them. I share what I think about them. So without further ado, let's get to this week's first release. Hillsong Worship's Brooke Ligertwood's solo album, 7. Brooke Ligertwood of Hillsong Worship's new solo album, new live solo album, I should say, 7. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good album here. The upbeat songs at the beginning of the album in particular are my favorite, but the whole album is good here. Stylistically here, definitely a worship feel. The first few songs that are more upbeat incorporate some pop rock influence into that worship sound, while the softer songs at the later part of the album, at times, though not always, incorporate some soft alternative influence into those songs, into the worship sound of those songs. And as for the lyrics here, love the lyrics to this album. Talks about joyfully offering songs of praise to Jesus, our worthy, everlasting King and Lord over all. For he in his love sacrificed himself on the cross and rose again. So those of us who have wandered can repent and be saved from wrath and have communion with the God we now belong to. Up next, Tauren's new single featuring Aaron Cole, Fake It. Tauren's new single, Fake It, featuring Aaron Cole. The first single from Tauren's upcoming album. Let's dive into it. Before I do, let me just say this came across a request from You Can't Have It, the Raleigh Girl. Thanks, You Can't Have It, the Raleigh Girl, for requesting this song, along with the KB single and the Blessing Offer EP I'll get to shortly. Let's start things off with Tauren here. So, pretty good song here. It was a little different than I was expecting. I only heard the funky part in the clip that he posted on Facebook, so I was expecting a straight-up funky pop track. But he also stuck some dubstep in there, so that part took me a little time to get used to. But I love both parts of the song now, the funky pop and the dubstep pop. And also, Aaron Cole does a good job appearing on this song as well. Aaron Cole starts off his verse sing-rapping, and then he straight-up raps. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here. Tauren talks about how he was chasing counterfeit hopes until he put his faith in God's real love to give his heart a change that he just can't fake. Really like how the lyrics speak to how God gave our hearts a very real change. Up next, KB's new single featuring Nobigdyl, King Jesus. KB's new single, King Jesus, featuring Nobigdyl. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good song here. Stylistically, it's a fun gospel meets trap banger. And also, part of what makes the song so fun is the Vicky Winan sample of Long As I Got King Jesus. And vocally here, other than the sample, KB and Nobigdyl contribute all rapping vocals here. Instrumentally here, we have synth, drum, bass, trumpet, and organ. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here too. KB and nobigdyl talk about how they're counting the heavenly treasure they get from serving King Jesus, no matter what hate they get from those who put the flag over the kingdom. Up next, Blessing Offor's new EP, debut EP, Brighter Days. Alright, you can't have it, Raleigh Girl. Got one more of your request to take care of today, and that will be Blessing Offor's debut EP, Brighter Days. Thanks again, You Can't Have It, Raleigh Girl, for requesting this EP. Plus, the Tauren Wells and KB singles I took care of earlier in the video. Now let's dive into Blessing Offor. So, pretty good debut EP here. Stylistically, it's a pop contemporary and soul-influenced sound that backs his amazing vocals. And as for the lyrics here, pretty good lyrics here too. Blessing talks about how in the painful crashing down of your dreams, you can be refined to show who you are. And the love of the God who knows best will be with you, give you what you need, and ultimately bring you into a brighter day, even if it's not this side of heaven. Up next, our last release for today, CASS' new album, Diaspora. CASS' new album, Diaspora. Let's dive into it. So, pretty good album here, stylistically, a pop and hip-hop sound that at times incorporates alternative and R&B elements as well. But definitely pop and hip-hop for sure at the end of the day. And as for the lyrics here, love the lyrics to this album. Very transparent lyrics here. Cass talks about how she faces evil opposition, but she's comforted that she can run to the God who goes before her and embraces and wants all of her, even the parts of her that she considers broken, but he calls the perfect and priceless parts of how he made her. I love that part. Even the parts of ourselves that we don't totally like. God not only doesn't run away from those parts, but he embraces those parts. Really good message of self-worth right there. Well, that's it for this week. Come back next week for 5 more releases. If you like what's on this video, please subscribe. I put out videos every Friday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Also, if you have any thoughts on today's releases or what I may have said about them, let me know that in the comments below. Also in the comments, you can let me know if there's any awesome releases that came out today that you want to see in next week's video. Also, check out the playlist section for my Music Muff and Dream playlist available here on YouTube and also on Spotify. And new month, new edition of the playlist. This month's playlist features some stuff I've been listening to in the month of February. And this month's edition includes songs from artists like Corey Asbury, Trip Lee, Swoop, Mosaic MSC, and others. So go and check that out if you're interested. Well, go now. See you next week.